All right, well, hello everybody. My name is Dr. Moore, and I am making this video just to introduce you to Chemistry 140, General Chemistry 1. So first of all, just a little bit about myself. I've been an assistant professor at MSSU since the fall of 2018. Prior to that, I spent about 20 years in the Navy as an officer. And I grew up in Carthage, Missouri. And so when my time in the Navy was finishing up, I was looking for teaching positions in or around Carthage. And so I found the position here at MSSU. And so that's why I'm here. I have my bachelor's degree in chemistry from what was then called Southwest Missouri State University. Of course, now it's just Missouri State, and earned my PhD in chemistry from Kansas State University. All right, so the next thing I'd like to do is to go over some of the important information from our course syllabus. Now, you should read carefully the entire syllabus. I won't be doing that right now. I just want to hit some of the high points. So the first thing I want to go over is Blackboard. Blackboard is going to be very important. So you're going to need to check the Blackboard site for this course pretty much every day. That's where important announcements will be posted. All of your work will, well, most of the work will initiate with Blackboard, in addition to Chem 101, which I'll also talk about later. But your lessons, the lesson handouts, the lesson videos, the lesson questions, all those are in Blackboard, okay? As well as other important documents like this syllable, the course calendar, things like that. So Blackboard is very important, and therefore it's going to be incumbent upon you to know how to use Blackboard and to check it regularly, which to me means pretty much daily. All right, so this is my information, my name, my office number, my office hours, or by appointment. Those are just the normal office hours that I have, Monday through Friday, 10 to 12. But I'm available many other times in the week. And so if you need to schedule something, just send me an email or a text and we can work something out. So I said text, and I mean that. This is my cell phone number, because I know that for online students, a lot of times it's easier just to send me a text. If you do, just identify yourself in the text message. But email works just as well. And if I had to choose, I would say, first, if you can, send me an email. But if it's not convenient at the moment, you can send me a text. Just identify yourself, please. All right, so some good news about the course materials. First of all, you don't need to buy a textbook, all right? I use an open source textbook right here, this OpenStax Chemistry 2E. If you really need a printed copy from the website, you can order a printed copy. Now, to help us out with learning chemistry, I also use this application called Chem 101. There's a website right there, and later in this introduction video, you'll see some more specific information about how to get enrolled in my course in Chem 101 and how to download the app and things like that. But for now, I'll just point out that you will need to purchase this, and you can purchase it through the bookstore or through just the website. And you will need to use this course code, JPB7YD, to, at a certain point in the phase of signing up, to make sure that you have visibility of my assignments that I'm giving, and also that I have visibility on your work, all right? Now, the other thing that I recommend is that you have a scientific calculator, and the one that I do recommend is the TI-36X Pro, but I recommend that more for Chem 2. So if you're not planning on taking Chem 2, then really any scientific calculator will work. But if you do need to take Chem 2, then this is the one that I really recommend. Of course, all students are concerned about the grading policy, so let's talk a little bit about that. I try and make it simple in that the total course is worth 1,000 points. And I do that on purpose so that you know what you need to strive for. So for example, if you want an A, you need to earn 900 points over the course of the semester. If you want a B, you need to earn 800 points. And so this gives you the breakdown of where you can earn points. So this first category that I call flex points, it's up to 200 points. So those points are primarily learned when you do the lessons in Blackboard. So you'll see that the course is broken up into 7 units, and each of those units has 4 lessons. And each of those lessons has a Blackboard component where you'll answer some questions, and when you answer those questions correctly, you earn some points. So those are flex points. Now, usually at the end of the semester, there are some of these 200 points left over, and I will award those based on class participation. And to me, what that means is particularly for this online course, what evidence have you shown that you really tried hard to learn the material for this course? Okay, so I'll look at things like the number of or the percentage of Chem 101 extra practice problems that you've tried and things like that. All right, so there is an official graded homework assignment for each unit, and each of those is worth 10 points. So a total of 70 points for homework. Each unit has a quiz in Blackboard, and each of those quizzes is worth 80 points. So overall, the quizzes will be worth 560 points. So that's the biggest chunk of points in the course. At the end of the semester, you'll have available to you a Chem 101 review assignment, which is it's an assignment that has review questions from all of the units throughout the semester, and that's going to be worth 30 points. And then the final exam for this course is comprehensive. It covers all of the course material from beginning to end, and it's going to be worth 140 points. All right, so those are all your opportunities to earn the points that you need to get the grade that you want to get. Now, when you're doing the quizzes and the final exam, you will be proctored by an application called HonorLock. This is the vendor that MSSU uses to enforce academic integrity. It records your screen, it blocks your browser down, it sends me an alert if there's background noise or if things like that. And so just I won't go into great detail about what HonorLock is, but I've highlighted it just so that you need to read this carefully so that you will follow the instructions to get HonorLock going on the computer that you plan on using for the unit quizzes and for the final exam, okay? So for example, if you're gonna use a laptop, that laptop needs to have a functioning webcam, and you have to use Google Chrome as your web browser because there is an extension that HonorLock puts into the Google Chrome web browser that makes it all work together. All right, so HonorLock will be used for this course. And you may have already used HonorLock in other online courses. If you ever run into trouble, you can call the number or email that support, but also there's the chat box, which is usually kind of how it begins. So HonorLock is important. Make sure you have some introduction to HonorLock, and I believe as a part of this assignment, you get a little bit of practice with that. And I also will have another assignment for you right away this semester that has you test your HonorLock system to make sure that you set it up right on the computer that you plan on using for the quizzes in this course. Okay. All right. So the grading scale is a traditional one. 90% and above is an A, and 80 for a B, and 70 and C, and so forth. Some unique grading things that I employ that I want to go over. So first of all, I use Blackboard extensively, of course. So you don't ever need to ask me what your grade is or see how you're doing in the course, because you can see it. If you go to My Grades in Blackboard, it's on the left-hand side in the menu there. You can see all of your grades on the individual assignments and what grades you're missing. Like if you've forgotten to do an assignment or something like that, you'll be able to see that there. The due dates are part of the assignment, but they're also in the course calendar. But also, your overall grade is reflected in that My Grades menu. So please use that as much as you need to. All right, so lateness. So with the online course, it is to a large degree individually driven. It's up to you and your own initiative. I do put due dates on everything, but not all due dates are enforced. So for example, the individual unit lessons, they have due dates, but if you don't do it on time, there's no penalty. You can still do the lesson. But a unit quiz has a penalty for lateness. If you don't get a unit quiz done by the due date without getting permission in advance, the most you can earn on that quiz will be 40 points. All right. So the big thing you learn from this is if you need some extra time to get a quiz done because you're traveling with, the baseball team or whatever it might be, you're sick, whatever, you had a really heavy work schedule that week, you just need to coordinate that with me ahead of time. I'm pretty flexible, pretty tolerant, but if you don't communicate with me, out of fairness to everybody, I will enforce this bullet. All right. So please just keep that in mind. All right. Another couple ways that I'm very kind. One of them, for 4 of the unit quizzes, you can use what I call a do-over. A do-over is just a second attempt. It won't be exactly the same quiz, but it will be pretty much the same quiz. All of the same types of questions and categories of questions. You get 4 of those. And all you need to do is to just email me to set it up. So let's say you take a unit quiz and you do poorly, and you go back and you look at your test answers and you say, oh, I know why I got that one wrong. Or, you look at one question and you think that if you go back and you study that a little bit more, you could get it right. Then just email me and I can set up a do-over, and the highest score will be kept in the gradebook. And I can tell you, 99 out of 100 times, the do-over score is substantially better than the original score. So utilize this gift, the 4 do-overs. And it just begins with an email to me after you've reviewed your quiz and you're not happy with it and you think you could do better. Alternatively, let's say that you don't do well in a unit quiz, but you don't understand why. You look over the quiz and all of the questions you got wrong, and you don't understand why you got them wrong. That points to some concept errors or some gaps in your knowledge. And so maybe the best thing for you to do is to meet with me, and we will go over that quiz. And I will explain to you why you got each incorrect answer, okay? And you'll learn from that meeting. And that will earn you 4 points back on the quiz, okay? Now, you can only do one or the other. So think about it. Look at your quiz performance. And again, if you look at it and you think you can do a lot better just by going back and brushing up on some of the topics, then you probably want to go with a do-over. But if you're unclear on many of the questions that you missed, why you missed them, or if the quiz just sort of, generally speaking, revealed a lot of knowledge gaps or misconceptions, then maybe the best thing for you to do is to email me to set up a quiz meeting. And we can do it in person if you happen to be local, or we can do it over Zoom if you're distance learning. But what we can do is just go over that quiz and talk about those topics, and that will get you 4 points back. All right. Now, and also there will be a couple opportunities for you to earn some bonus points. All right, so course interaction. So this is an online course, and I've made it pretty much on demand. So, and again, later in this video, you'll see how it works, but you'll go to Blackboard, you'll click on the lesson. The lesson has a lecture video that's posted in YouTube, along with a lesson handout, which is fill in the blank notes. And then at certain points in the lecture, I will tell you to pause the video and to answer some Blackboard questions, just to do a knowledge check. And so that's to keep it engaging so that it doesn't become, boring. There'll be about 10 minutes of taking notes and listening and learning, and then you'll pause and you'll answer a question or two in Blackboard, and you go back to the lecture video and so forth and so on, okay? So that's the way in which we try and keep it engaging, try and keep it more similar to an interactive in-person environment. But it is missing that face-to-face element that you would get from an on-campus course. So that's why I say, if you ever feel like you need one-on-one help from me, please don't hesitate to arrange that. Just send me an email. And again, if you're local, we can meet in person, or if you're distance, we can meet over Zoom, and it can be regular. If you're struggling with the material, we can, if necessary, meet for a half an hour every week or every other week, just to get you up to speed. I'm happy to do that. I feel that is part of my job. So it all begins with an email to me. Okay, and again, here are all the the policy statements about the copyright and the academic integrity, the non-discrimination, and other things that are important for you to read. But the one thing that I want to highlight, because this is an online course, and I know that there is never a way to completely eliminate cheating, I just want to let you know that if you do cheat, I do take that seriously, and A, you'll most likely get caught, and B, there will be consequences, okay? And again, that's not because I'm trying to be a hard ass or a mean person. It's out of fairness to everyone. I expect everyone to, get their grade, earn their grade according to the same standard, all right? So, there are consequences. There's a process that the university follows, but it will definitely have some consequences, okay? All right, so hopefully that makes sense. All this stuff about the syllabus, again, just to reiterate, you should read it all carefully on your own and refer back to it as often as you need. And if there's anything that needs further clarification, then just contact me and I'd be happy to answer any questions. Okay, so now I want to talk to you a little bit about how to use Blackboard if you're not familiar with it. particularly for this course. So usually you land on the announcements. This is where I'll have all the important announcements for the course. But most of the best information is going to be here in the course home. And you'll see other folders. I haven't populated it completely yet, but a couple of important folders for you. One of them is going to be the lesson handouts. So for each lesson, there will be a fill-in-the-blank handout that you should download. Okay. So for example, you go to Unit 1, and then you go to the Lesson 1 handout. So this is what the Lesson 1 handout kind of looks like and gives you an idea about what I mean by the fill-in-the-blank notes. So you want to download those for each lesson to help you take notes. Okay, so just to demonstrate what a lesson looks like, you go to the folder for lessons and other assignments. And again, we'll just go to Unit 1 as an example. And so this is where you'll actually get the lesson material. So you click the link, okay? And here will be the lesson video. So they're uploaded to YouTube, okay? And the other thing I'll point out is that for the Chem 101 homework assignment and the extra practice assignment, these are the homework problems and the extra practice problems that are applicable to this lesson. So that's good, because that's what you should attempt. Those are the problems you should attempt soon after you're done. So you go ahead and click the link for the video. Okay, so it pulls up the video on YouTube. All right, but then you can go back to the assignment and actually begin the assignment, because what it's going to do in the video at certain points, it will tell you to pause, and then you go and you try these questions, for example, in the assignment. Okay, and these are worth some of those flex points that I talked about earlier. Okay, and of course, when you're done, you just click Save and Submit. Okay, so one of the important applications that you will need to download for your use in this course is Chem 101. And so I want to quickly go over a set of instructions on how to set up your Chem 101 account and get the app downloaded onto your phone or tablet. You'll also be able to use it on a laptop or desktop. So as you can see here, this is a pretty self-explanatory set of instructions that are also uploaded into Blackboard in the same folder that the syllabus and other important administrative documents are located. So if you need to find this document, this PDF document, you'll find it in the same place in Blackboard as the syllabus. But we're going to go through it real quick right now. So first of all, you go to this website, www.chem101.co, and click the Create New Account button, which is in the window right there. Okay, and then you just fill out this information right here regarding your email and your name and things like that, creating a password, so forth. So then what's going to happen is after you click the Sign Up button right there, it's going to send you an email. And so you need to verify that email, okay, by going to your email account, whatever email address that you put in up here. You need to go to that email account and click the link to verify that it's a legitimate email, okay? And that will take you to this, when you click this hyperlink in that email that you receive from Chem 101, it will take you to this website where you actually enroll in my course. So where it says course code, you need to enter this code right here, right? JPB7YD. That ensures that I have visibility on all of your work, okay? And so then you click on enroll in the course. All right, so then it will take you to the Activate Now screen. So in other words, you're going to have to pay for it. You have 2 weeks, but by the end of the 2 weeks, you have to pay for it. And there's 2 ways that you can do that. When you click that Activate the Course, you can either pay for it with a bookstore code that you get from the MSSU bookstore, or you can just pay for it on your own with your own credit card / debit card. Now, I will say that to pay with your own card is a little cheaper than if you buy it from the access code from the bookstore, because of course the bookstore is going to mark up the price a little bit. So what I recommend is that if you can afford it, to go ahead and just pay with your own credit card. But if you want to pay for it using like your scholarship money or your financial aid, then you do need to go to the bookstore and get what you do is you go to the front desk and you say you need a Chem 101 access code for Dr. Moore's chemistry class, and they'll give you an envelope, and inside that envelope is an access code that you'll enter right there after you push that button. All right, so then the next thing to do is to, once you pay for it, is you can download it onto your phone or to a tablet. And again, you just get that from the App Store, from Google Play. And then you'll sign in with whatever information you chose up here, like for your username and your password that you did up there, that's what you will use to log into the application on your phone or your tablet, okay? And then, of course, there's some introductory tutorial videos that you can use. It's very user-friendly. That's part of the reason why I like this app and use this app. And you'll also see in the app that you'll see the assignments that I've posted, the extra practice problem sets that I've posted, some useful tools like the periodic table, the drawing tool, and also the OpenStax textbook that we use in the course. They're located there. Okay, and then of course, like I said, you have the tutorials that you can use. And it does have pretty good user support. So here are the email, text, phone number, and website for user support. Okay, so here's an example of what the Chem 101 homework is like. So again, the Chem 101 app, you'll need to get set up. And so, for example, you'll have the Unit 1 homework. It will tell you how much time you have to get it done, gives you the due date. Okay, you click on that assignment, and then as you can see, you just click on any problem to work on it, okay? And then the other type of problem that you'll want to know about are the practice problems. So here are the extra practice assignments. So the difference between homework and extra practice or practice is that the homework is mandatory and part of your grade. But the practice problems are meant to, as the name implies, just give you more practice so that you can master the material. What I say is that doing the homework alone is not good enough to, prepare you for the unit quizzes. You should be doing as many of the extra practice problems as time allows. Okay, so that's everything I think I wanted to cover. So I hope everybody feels like they're well prepared for the course. And if you ever need any help, don't hesitate to reach out to me. And other than that, let's get going.